Quotes by Plato that give a glimpse into his great mind. Don't forget subscribe. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Only the dead have seen the end of war. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. Love is a serious mental disease. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. There is truth in wine and children. I'm trying to think, don't confuse me with facts. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Those who tell the stories rule society. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help, and what they cannot. Courage is knowing what not to fear. You should not honor men more than truth. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Necessity is the mother of invention. The object of education is to teach us to love what is beautiful. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. You're my star, a stargazer too, and I wish that I were heaven, with a billion eyes to look at you. Character is simply habit long continued. A house that has a library in it has a soul. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound, so they that have the least wit are the greatest babblers. Love is simply the name for the desire and pursuit of the whole. Writing is the geometry of the soul. There is in every one of us, even those who seem to be most moderate, a type of desire that is terrible, wild, and lawless. Any man may easily do harm, but not every man can do good to another. I would teach children music, physics, and philosophy, but most importantly music, for the patterns in music and all the arts are the keys to learning. If a man can be properly said to love something, it must be clear that he feels affection for it as a whole, and does not love part of it to the exclusion of the rest. For this feeling of wonder shows that you are a philosopher, since wonder is the only beginning of philosophy. Books are immortal sons defying their sires. The first and best victory is to conquer self. Man is a being in search of meaning. At the touch of love everyone becomes a poet. True friendship can exist only between equals. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. No human thing is of serious importance. Of all the animals, the boy is the most unmanageable. Poetry is nearer to vital truth than history. Love is the name for our pursuit of wholeness, for our desire to be complete. All is flux, nothing stays still. Philosophy is the highest music. I have hardly ever known a mathematician who is capable of reasoning. Come then, and let us pass a leisure hour in storytelling, and our story shall be the education of our heroes. Knowledge is the food of the soul. The difficulty, my friends, is not in avoiding death, but in avoiding unrighteousness, for that runs faster than death. A life without investigation is not worth living. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs. When he first appears, he is a protector. Thanks for watching. Don't forget subscribe.